Welcome back to Live Car Build, guys. Today I was going to fix this truck, and I wasn't really going to film it. It was supposed to be an easy fix, but my guesswork wasn't as good as I thought. I was gonna do a misfire on this truck. It's a 2009 Chevrolet 5.3 Vortec. It's got the code P0300. It's my understanding that the P030 is a misfire and the last number 7 is cylinder number 7. What I've done so far to catch you up on speed, since I wasn't going to make this, I'm kind of already into the repair, but this is a spark plug tester. You can get them at any hardware store or parts house anyway, and it's cheap. And what I've done so far is number 7, it's odds on the driver's side, evens on the passenger side, so it's 1, 3, 5, 7 on the driver's side. I put this in line. You unplug the spark plug, and this part goes into the spark plug wire, and this part goes back on the spark plug. So it's basically just in the circuit. It just connects to the spark plug with this in there. And when you start it up, it should fire and this light should flash. So I didn't have any flash, so I'm going to replace the coil. And I also noticed that the spark plug is wet and shiny. It's brown. It's been firing correctly for a while, but right now it appears that it's actually quit firing. Okay, so the coil itself isn't going to fix it. So I want to just run you down on this video and let you know what I've found and kind of walk you through it. On a misfire on these, there's not too many things that it can be. You got the spark plug itself, which in this case is also bad. You've got the coil, which in this case was bad. You've got the wire, spark plug wire, which is good in this case. And after that, the only thing you can really look for is maybe a fuel injector, maybe fuel pressure. More than likely it's not the fuel injector, but it could be. And after that, you're looking at mechanical things like a bent valve or a broken valve, or maybe a lifter that's not working properly. But that would be a little more noticeable with a tick. And then the valve train, it would be a tick in the engine, and that would be obvious. So right now what I'm going to do is just run you up to speed. Like I said, I've already tested the coil and it's bad. So I was going to put a spark plug in it, but there's no sense in putting just one, so I bought all 8. So I have the spark plugs sitting here. They're all gapped to 40. This engine calls for a 40 thousandths gap, so I use this spark plug gapper, and they're already pre-checked for being 40. So right now I'm going to go ahead and install the bad coil, put a new one on, and then I'm going to go ahead and change all of the plugs instead of just the one. Might as well, and that should fix the problem. So P0307 is a misfire. So this is what we're going to do to fix the misfire. So there we go. So right now, first what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and put the coil on first. So let me get you up in here where it's a little closer and you can see what's going on. And I already have laid out a 5/8 spark plug socket with a ratchet and small extension. I have a 10 millimeter there to remove the coil. It's a 10 millimeter bolt, and it just plugs in after that. There's 2 bolts that hold it on, then it plugs in. So you unplug it, plug in a new one, bolt it down, put the wire on it, and then I'm going to change the plugs, and that should take care of the misfire. So you can watch, and I'll edit this down a little bit. There's no reason for you to watch me climbing around changing all 8 plugs. So I'm going to film it, but I'll edit it out. All right. Oh, I suppose I could fill you in on these cars or these trucks. There's two possibilities for coils, so take a look at yours. This is what they call a square one. There's also a round one. So it just depends on what your vehicle has on it, you know. So this one's got square, so I'm putting square on it. Okay, let's get you up in there. There's one. Okay. Okay, there's the old one. The old one's out. Yeah, it wasn't really all that hard. This plug right here just has a little tab that you have to lift up on. Right there. You just snap it back in. You throw your bolts back in. It's not that hard. There's only two. Yeah, so since I wasn't going to film this, what I did was I put the old coil back on so you could watch me change it. I checked the spark with the spark checker. I had it in a line. I plugged it into the boot and into the spark plug, and it didn't flash. So I put the new coil on it, and then it flashed, but it still had a misfire. So then the next thing to do is follow it down the line, which would be the spark plug next. And after that, if the spark plug is sparking and you still have that miss, and you're still throwing that code, then you have other problems. You might want to go check the injector or something like that. So okay. Tighten that down, then we're going to change the plugs and the misfire should be gone. Now if the plug was firing, I wouldn't be changing the plugs right now because there wouldn't be anything wrong with them, so I would automatically be going to the injector next. But I know the plug is bad because it's not firing, because I did a fire check on it, and spark was making it through the spark plug wire, but it wasn't coming out the spark plug. The spark plug wasn't sparking, so the plug is either broken internally or fouled, which I don't see a plug on one of these trucks fouling, because it wasn't oil fouled, it was just tan in color like it had been firing, but it quit firing. And when I pulled it out, it was obviously just a little bit wet and shiny, so obviously it wasn't firing. And then after that, I did check it while it was out of the cylinder. I plugged it back into the spark plug wire and checked it that way. Okay, so now we're going to change the plugs, and that should do it. But code P0300 is a number 7 misfire, and that's how you're going to chase it down. Thanks, guys.